Yo, what's going on, you guys? It's your boy 3 Stacks in this thing, baby, representing Team Kings of Games. The background noise is my air conditioner, you guys. It is hot in Las Vegas right now, extremely hot. So today I'm going to be going over an update for PRANKIDs. There's some extreme, and I'm talking about, it's not mild, it's not medium. It's, extremely hot spice for PRANKIDs that I've been testing. And it's like it was made, these cards that I'm showcasing are really good, but because the cards are so niche, I don't think any deck has ever been able to really effectively use them. And if they can, it's probably once a duel. But PRANKIDs can use these cards through the duration of the entire duel, and these cards are not once per turn. So when I showcase the list, I'll explain you guys why certain cards are in there, because you guys are going to find a hand trap that's kind of weird. But because I know my deck's weaknesses, I used to main it back in the day knowing what staples people play. But I'm going to get into the list, I'll explain it, and you guys will see this is the proper way, at least the mindset approaching, I feel is the proper way to play PRANKIDs. You don't have to play these techs, but these techs are rewarding, and the only time that they're dead is if you can't resolve any PRANKID cards. That means you're not even playing Yu-Gi-Oh in the first place. So your one card combo literally sets you up for both of these techs I'm going to show you. And these techs change the entire game. These techs, one of them is even better than 3 tactical talents. It's better than Pot of Forbidden. I think it's literally one of the most powerful cards in the entire game of Yu-Gi-Oh! In fact, I think it would be top 5, but because it's so situational, no decks can use it. It's not even once per turn, and it's so powerful. When you resolve it, you win the duel, or you take complete control of the duel, you recover, or your opponent loses all their resources, and it's not once per turn. It's so silly. So I'm gonna hit deck. Here's my list, you guys. So already seeing you guys be like, oh, it's not 40 cards. Nah, bro, this deck works. I've been testing it already. It's extremely consistent. So what I'm gonna do first is just talk about the hand trap lineup, because the PRANKIDs, you always want to max out on all of them, and then I'll get to my spice. So for hand traps, I mean 3 nibs, 3 ghost mourners, 3 ogres, 3 ghost spells, 3 ash, and 3 imperm. So I mean 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 hand traps. And I used to main the cyclones, but one of my hand traps actually helped me, because I know conquistador or my normal summons, it hurts. So the hand traps that actually synergize with my engine and also help me to protect me from getting hit by cards like conquistador. So first I'll talk about ghost mourner. So this deck already can burn your opponent, and it gains life points. So this deck is already extremely strong in time. By the way, ghost mourner, people are sleeping on this card. If you play competitive and it gets to the point where you're going for time in the round, you can use ghost mourner on a monster. Let's say you're playing Dragon Link and they normal summon I don't know, let's just say they just summon a monster that they need to link off with. You ghost mourner it. When you ghost mourner it, now they can't link off with it, or they lose in time. They literally lose in time. When your opponent summons Hulky Fibrax, you ghost mourner it. If they link cross, they lose in time. You guys get what I'm saying? There's so many, if they go normal summon Jet Synchron, effect link off and link Kriebel, ghost mourner and link Kriebel. Now if they don't have an extender, once they link off in Hulky Fibrax, they lose in time. Because this deck already is so powerful in time, in fact, I think it's the best deck in time in my opinion, and this already helps with the burn increments. So it's like a effect veiler. Even though it doesn't work on normal summons, it's like an effect veiler, plus it benefits my playstyle. I burn so that I can finish my opponent off way easier. I can even kill them without attacking. I could just burn them over and over and over and over again. So hand traps that benefit my engine are definitely going to be the ghost spell. So you guys see I play 4 of the sisters. The sisters got the shots. So why do you play ghost spell 3 stacks? Well, because I know my deck's weaknesses. I know that this deck can be crippled by Call by the Grave, by Cypher Gear Gamma on my normal summons effect, and also by Conquistador plus Sanguine. So how does Ghost Spell work? When you're doing your combo and you activate Bow Wow Bark on your opponent's turn and they chain Call by, that Call by can cause you to lose the duel. So people may say, oh, this hand trap's bad. Well, then you have to learn how to play PRANKIDs and understand your deck's weaknesses. You guys know when I play my decks, I study them and I understand their strengths and weaknesses. So I accommodate for that with my main deck and my side deck. So I play Ghost Spell obviously to counter Call by, because it absolutely destroys this deck. If I use any of my effects while my opponent has a Call by, they can stop me for 2 turns. because this deck plays in your opponent's turns too, so it's really like you lose 2 turns. Also, the same instance with Gamma, because Gamma specials driver from hand, deck, or graveyard. So if they try to Gamma on one of your PRANKID combos, you just use Ghost Spell, and then once you summon out your Doodle Doodle Doo, you make him Chainlink 1, and then make your other PRANKID Chainlink 2, then you add your fusion. And you could play through the Gamma after that, because you could chain block for the rest of the turn. The other thing with Ghost Spell is it hits Sanguine, because Sanguine specials from the deck or the graveyard. So when they go activate Conquistador, chain Sanguine, you chain Ghost Spell. It negates the activation of Sanguine. The same thing with Ash. So that's why it's like, this is a little bit better than Cyclone. The reason why it's better than Cyclone is because it stops Call By, which destroys my deck, and it stops the Conquistador Sanguine on my normal summon, because I play the 1-card combo build. I play only 2 fusion spells in my deck. Other instances is like Ghost Spell is really powerful against extenders. When your opponent activates Jet Synchron, discard for cost. For like for example Eldritch Synchro, you Ghost Spell the Jet Synchron because they can't summon itself from graveyard. Now they have to have an extender, or they literally can't make Valkyrie Fireback. Since they already normal summon Jet Synchron, they need like Quick Draw or something like that. So you guys are definitely sleeping on Ghost Spell. Absolutely, you guys are. Like, because I don't see anybody playing this card, but it works really good in PRANKIDs. And also in your full combo, you get 2 chances to draw a hand trap. So I'm going to explain basically going further. So you guys see already I played 3 Roxy's. Roxy's is fun, Lampsy's aggression, Dropsy's is a crybaby, and I think one of them's gay. He's just not trying to tell his daddy. And then 3 copies of Fansies, young and wild and free. My onesie pajama babies! My onesie pajama babies with Teletubby pajamas. These are my babies, you guys. They're sick. Like, they're really, really sick, bro. So Fansies resemblizes freedom to me. Dropsies is a crybaby. Lampsy's like a Super Saiyan. And then Roxy's is just fun. Young and wild and free. So I would say he's young and fun. He's wild. No. Lampsy's is wild. And then Fansies is free. I mean, bro, he has a tornado for legs. And one of them, look at it. He's dabbing on you. Look at, he's doing the dab, bro. Look at, he's doing the dab. So the PRANKID is really standard, you guys. So for more spice, I played 3 Ancient Leafs. This card is like a very, very unorthodox tech. It's like, I think only decks like Arrow Mage could really use it, and since it says Ancient Leaf, you'll think, oh yeah, it makes sense because it's leaf, you know, they're plants. But basically, your full combo for PRANKIDs allows you to gain 1,000 life points, which puts you at 9k. You activate Ancient Leaf, it's Pot of Greed that's not once per turn. How does this get more beautiful? Because throughout the duration of the duel, you prevent your opponent from even being able to OTK you, and you constantly gain life points. So the other 2 copies are not dead if you play your deck correctly, and you hold your opponent at bay. Keep burning them, keep gaining life points. This deck is really, really annoying, you guys, but this is like, think of it like Desires or Extravagance with literally no drawback, because all I do is really pay 1k, and who wouldn't want to pay 1,000 life points to draw 2? That's insane. Like, this card is just so good. The only time it's dead is if you have no PRANKIDs in your hand, but if you have no PRANKIDs, your hand was dead in the first place. So this card, you guys will see in testing, it works really, really strong, especially games 2 and 3. When I side in my other spice, I get 3 chances to draw before my end phase. 1 off Roxy's, 2 off this. Then my end phase, I get pranks. So like I basically get like 4 chances to draw into hand traps or any of my staple cards. Call By is like really, really strong for this deck because the only hand traps that stops the 1-card combo are going to be Gamma and Ash. So why 3 stacks does any other hand trap not work? So I'll explain it. This deck is really, really strong, you guys. It's an extremely competitive deck in my opinion. So here's how the 1-card combo works. So when you normal any PRANKID, you go into meow 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 meow, and then you activate the PRANKID's effect. The only thing that can stop that right now is Gamma if they control no monsters, or Ash. So you have Ghost Spell and Ash, 6 ways to stop Gamma, Call By for Ash. So your combos can be bulletproof, dang near. Like, you could play around Nibiru just by using Doodle Doodle Doo early, then you summon it off Pandemonium, and then when they Nibiru you, you already got your resources, so they can Nibiru you, and you have 6 cards in hand. They're losing. So the Call Bys are really for the Ash, because what happens is, once you summon Doodle Doodle Doo, another fun fact is, make Doodle Doodle Doo Chainlink 1, once your first prank hit resolves, because that gives you the information they no longer have Ash. Why do you want to make him chain link 1 now, 3 stacks? Because now you do want to play around like cards like Gamma and Ghost Ogre. If you make this chain link 2 and then Ghost Ogre it, you only get the search, but now you have to link it to a second copy to get the effect to add. So I'm telling you guys how to play this deck smart. Like, a lot of people will play Prankids, but they'll just activate effects just to activate them. But you have to play around the hand traps even if you don't know if your opponent has them. Just pretend like they do. So call by basically is the one thing that's going to prevent the only hand trap that stops the combo. Because once you resolve the first Prankid, link with Meow Meow into Doodle, you start chain blocking after that. So let's say, for example, your opponent's like, haha, I have Ghost Ogre, Effect Veiler, and Imperm. So you play around the Ogre by making Doodle chain link 1. They chain Effect Veiler. Alright, his effect's negated. Bet. Okay, so now what I do is I resolve Fanzy's effect to send the card that I was trying to search off Doodle. Like, this is so big brain. Send the card you were trying to search off Doodle, like Pandemonium. Make a second Doodle Doodle Do. His effect can't activate to search because that's hard once per turn. Like, you can only use each effect, right? Then you just use him to add the card that Fanzy sent, which is crazy. And also now they can't Ogre because he tributes himself for cost. So Effect Veiler, Imperm, and Ghost Mourner are not good against this deck. When you combo off, they can be decent if you they hit Rocket Ride, but a lot of people try to stop your combo early so that you don't get to make Rocket Ride. Because once you make Rocket Ride, you've already got so much advantage that they go -1 off their hand trap. And Rocket Ride can stay. Like, they hit Rocket Ride, it's fine. You just leave him up. Protect him now. Protect him with Water Washer and Bow Wow, so he can't be destroyed by battle, or so he won't be able to be destroyed by battle. And then you'll just basically use the plant to protect him from also from being attacked over. So basically, Bow Wow presents destruction by card effects, and then Prankid's plan will prevent him from being attacked over. I was almost gonna say Weather Washer, but don't forget Weather Washer can't summon anything that's fusion, non-fusions only. So that's why Call by so good in this deck. Like, you just have to play it. You have 1-card combos. That's why I play the 18 hand traps, because I basically have 16 1-card combos. I play double Pandemonium. You can play one. I actually tested with one for a long time and it was working fine. But you run into problems where you're grinding and you basically don't get a chance to resolve any of your effects to add from grave, or they hit you with the Call by. And before, when I wasn't playing Ghost Bell, it was a problem because Call by just destroyed me. Now I lose access to Pandemonium for the rest of the duel. But just having the second copy in your deck, you can always utilize it off of Doodle. This also plays around Conquistador, because when they activate Conquistador to try to pop your Prankid, you chain Fusion, and then once you make your Fusion, you normally want to drop like Weather Washer, because like Weather Washer's effect is actually insane. Like, when your Prankid monsters attack, your opponent can't activate anything. Nobody really pays attention to that effect. Like, they just mainly use it to tag out, but when you're going against back row decks, you just summon this and just attack, and they can't activate anything. Or you just summon this. Conquistador doesn't target. So basically, you just play around the Conquistador by fusing off with that Prankid and another one. Then you swarm for 2 more Prankids, hit your Fusion. Now they have no choice but to Conquistador for Rocket Ride. And now, once you search another Pandemonium or add it, you summon your second copy of Rocket Ride, then activate his effect, and you play through the Conquistador. So like, this deck is really fire. It plays through hand traps like crazy. Like, when I say like crazy, like when I played this deck competitive and I was topping in regionals with it, people were hitting me with like Droll, Ash, all kinds of hand traps, like, and it was just not stopping me. It's crazy. Even Nibiru doesn't work if you play as if they have Nibiru. They will go -1, you'll go +2, which is extremely powerful, you guys. And you already get your cards to hand, so you just set Pandemonium, and you it works really good if you have one of the 3 requirements for Bow Wow in your opening. Like, let's say you opened Dropsies and Lamp. Now when you use your Doodle Doodle Do, you might just be able to set up for Bow Wow under the Nibiru, which is crazy. So I play the 1 Pranks. Prank's main job is resource management, extending, and also allowing me to draw my hand traps during the end phase. You guys will see replays. This card draws a lot of hand traps. So how I resolve my standard combo is I resolve Roxy's last. The reason why I resolve Roxy's last is because I try to get as many prank hit cards out of my deck to thin my deck to increase my chances of drawing a hand trap. People probably won't think that far ahead, but like, you don't want to resolve Roxy's early. This is the last prank hit you want to resolve so that you thin your deck so you could draw a hand trap. You get a lot of prank hit cards out. And then that's why Pranks comes in handy too, because you want to use Pranks to put back extra deck cards. That way you're not putting too many prank hit cards in your deck, so you increase your chances even higher of drawing a hand trap, because you play 18, which is almost half your deck. 3 plates. The reason why this card is insane going second against negations is because like if this card doesn't get negated, if your opponent just Ash Blossoms it, you just normal your Prankid, link off into Meow Meow. Now you go chain link 1 Prankid, chain link 2 plates to decrease their monsters permanently, and you just start chain blocking after that. So this card is really powerful. Like it has to be negated and destroyed. If they just Ash it, like it's trouble, you guys. So like when your opponent ashes this has to be Ash too. Like it's correct, which is kind of sad because like you have to put them in a situation where they already have a Prankid monster in hand. But the problem becomes when you have a Prankid monster in hand, now you just baited the Ash, and once you go into Meow Meow, even if they don't Ash it, they won't be able to Ash for the rest of the turn because you'll be chain blocking. Because place, it allows you to chain block twice, and you get all your resources. Once you summon Doodle, you chain block. So this deck is really crazy. I'm telling you guys, this is a really strong deck. My onesie pajama babies, they go hard. Okay, this deck is really powerful. I'm just sharing all my insight with you guys because like as long as I play Prankids, like I feel like there is a certain way that you're supposed to play them, and the way I play them is like basically utilizing their strengths to my advantage and playing around all their weaknesses. And that's the way you want to do it. You don't just play Prankids and be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna stall and burn you in time. Nah, bro, like you play it skillful. That's what you want to do. Like you don't just activate effects just because. Before I get into extra deck inside where you guys see my crazy spice, I want to share more basically like these are all just nuggets of wisdom for this deck. More basically pointers. When your opponent is gonna evenly match you, you basically activate fusion or plan, link or fuse with your Prankids. People forget about this. This is something that like came up for me so many times because it happens like when I'm under rivalry with zombies. When I was at local, somebody flipped rivalry of the warlords with zombie world, so I couldn't swarm anymore. People forget the effect to summon is optional. So when your opponent tries to evenly you, when they enter main phase and say attempting to leave main, you pandemonium into any one of your fusions, activate all your Prankid's effects, but choose the option to not special summon. Because look, burn for 500, then you can special summon. Send 1 Prankid card, then you can. So now when your opponent evenly matches you, they basically will probably evenly you for like 1 if you had 1 back row, which is probably planned. So they evenly you banish plan, you keep your fusion, and now you still have your interrupts, you still have all your hand traps. That's a really cool pointer that I want to give you guys for playing around evenly matched. For Lightning Storm, it kind of just sucks because like Bow Wow Bark makes your cards immune to destruction, so they have to hit your back row. The problem with that is all your back rows can be chained in response to Lightning Storm. So evenly and Lightning Storm are not great if you're a smart player. For extra, I play 1 Bow Wow Battle Butler. If you see, he's cooking their eggs and their bacon. I don't think that he's clinically sane. I think something happened to him after living with the Prankids and being their butler for so long that they just drove him insane. I think he might have been a person before, but look at what happened to his body. I don't know. There must be a story behind him. Rocket Ride, like, okay, so I feel like Rocket Ride actually likes them. He's kind of like their uncle, like, that actually likes them. I feel like Weather Washer is like the mama or the godmom. Because, like, even if Weather Washer is a boy, I used to call Weather Washer the mama. Because I feel like Weather Washer is the responsible one because, you know, like, it's Weather Washer. But basically, you want to play 2-1. That's the proper ratio. Rocket Ride's way more important than Weather. His effect to attack directly, again, this deck is really strong in time. He tags out for 2. If you open Instant Fusion, the 1-up, which is really powerful for your deck, you can actually make Totally Awesome turn 1, which is really strong because now you don't have to activate Pandemonium, locking you into Prankids. You can just do your 1-card combo, Rocket Ride, bring out, drop, and then you overlay your second drop with the first one into Totally Awesome, and you have Totally Awesome turn 1. The Poly 2 Prankids combo can do Appaloosa, Toad, Dweller, stuff like that, but it requires 4 cards out of your hand, which is sad, because you have to banish 1 for Roxy, so you have to account for that. So you only keep 1 of your opening cards. That's the problem with Poly 2 Pranks. This is why Meow Meow makes this deck so competitive. Continuing, 1 Dweller, best rank 4 in the game, you have to play it. Totally Awesome, so you actually have negates. You can play around a lot of stuff, but Toad is just insurance. The Rip-Roaring Rooster. Oh yeah, you guys, so fun fact also that I want to point out to you guys is that it's not about these not being once per turn, it's the graveyard effects. When Dragma comes out, because I was testing against Dragma, when Dragma comes out and they use the effect of Maximus, I think, to send, if you hand trap them, like let's say you impermed or ash them, especially imperm, because imperm's out once per turn, you can dump Rip Roaring Rooster. This is so big brain, I have so much information with this deck. Dump Rip Roaring Rooster, uses effect, target your imperm or your ash that you use against them, add it to your hand. You obviously put this back in your extra deck with your PRANKID cards. The same thing with Battle Butler, like you can extend on your turn, which is on their turn. So like let's say you Ghost Ogre them and you send Battle Butler, you normally, if you hit them with a good hand trap and like a really good card like Imperm, you want to send Butler and Rip Roaring, use their effects. So basically Butler will summon Ogre onto your field so you could use it against your opponent on your turn, and then Rip Roaring Rooster will recur. Also totally awesome work. So like with Dragma, they can actually give you free pluses. Not saying Dragma is relevant right now, but I'm just telling you guys everything I've been learning with this deck. You play Access Code because it's really easy to make on follow-ups. This deck link climbs like crazy. 1 Alpalusa, you still need negates. 2 Doodles and 1 Bow Wow's correct. I play Lambda because I side deck into Gammas, and then also the 2 Meow Meow. Sometimes you need the 3rd because people like will just keep hurting your normal summon, but honestly, like the way this deck grinds is like you normally don't need the 3rd that much, but 2 is absolutely correct because the second one comes up all the time. So for the side deck, I cite the Gamma package, 2 Gamma Seals, so I can hit Borreload Savage equipped with the Buster Lock, so that just takes care of a negate extra deck lock. I normally can just take care of the rest of their board from there, like especially if I open like 2-3 hand traps. I've had times where I open 4 hand traps in a 1-card combo with this deck, which is crazy. 3 Lightning Storms, 3 Evenlies. Now I'm going to talk about the Spice. Furin Kazan, you guys. So this card is perfect for this deck. How this card works is you can, this is the card I was saying is better than 3 Tactical Talents. It's better than Pot of Greed on it. Well, it's not more versatile than Pot of Greed in the sense that it can be used in any deck, but this can't. But I'm saying its effect on resolution is one of the strongest cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's stronger than Pot of Greed because it has Pot of Greed, but more. It's stronger than 3 Tactical Talents. I think this is one of the most powerful cards in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! But just its decks can't get this setup that effectively. So when there are face of wind, water, fire, and earth monsters on the field, apply one of these effects. Guess what else? Your opponent can't Ash Blossom because there's no semicolon before it, which means you don't have to tell your opponent which one you apply. You just say activate Furin. They don't get the choice. They can't say which effect you activate. They're not allowed to have that information. You just activate Furin and they have to guess. So it has an effect that says destroy all monsters your opponent controls. That's Battle Butler. Destroy all spells and traps your opponent controls. That's Rip Roaring Rooster. Discard 2 random cards from your opponent's hand. That's just insane. Like, this is why this card is game going first. I really want to play Trap Tricks, because if you open this and Trap Trick with your 1-card combo, you do a 4-card hand loop on your opponents. Like it's so crazy. Like, the moment they start their main phase and they activate any card, you just chain Fusion, summon Battle Butler, get your 4 attributes up, and then on resolution, quick effect before you pass priority to your opponent, activate Furin Kazan, chain Trap Trick, set another one, and like rip 2, then on res, activate the other Furin that was banished off Trap Trick, and then rip 2 more. Now they're playing with 1 card in hand, and you have hand traps and board wipes. This also lets you just Pot of Greed, which is really good too because you play 18 hand traps. The effect I've been finding myself using a lot though is discarding 2 random cards from my opponent's hand. And if you guys are asking, is this card once per turn? No. That's why I want to play Trap Trick with it. So when is this card dead? When you don't open the 1-card combo. And remember how I explained to you guys all the ways that your opponent cannot hand trap it, where it's only Ash or Gamma? And you guys see, I main deck 9 counters to the cards that stop my 1-card combo. Call by for Ash, Bail and Ash for Gamma, and after that I chain block around the Gamma. Once I see it and I bail it, I know it's not once per turn, but I play around it after that. It's totally fine. Like, this deck is just really crazy, you guys. It's super strong. PRANKIDs are insane. So now you guys see my profile. I think one last pointer I can give you guys before I go into like the duels and the action and everything is to make the PRANKIDs a self-contained 1-card combo without burning any extra cards in your hand for Roxy's. You have to resolve not Bow Wow, but Doodle Doodle Doo to add, and use one of the cards that he adds to banish it off Roxy's to draw. That's how you make your PRANKIDs a self-contained 1-card combo without banishing a second card in your hand. You use the 1 card to do all your work. And that's really powerful, you guys. Extremely. Because, like, you will basically still be able to use Bow Wow Bark to add 2 PRANKID cards from your graveyard to your hand anyway. So you can just use Doodle to add an irrelevant one, and then banish the irrelevant one to draw. Once you use Bow Wow, you use him to add the 2 ones that matter. So the only card you'll keep off Doodle is Pandemonium. You keep Pandemonium, and now Bow Wow Bark adds 2 Prankid. So even if you can't summon Battle Butler, in phase Weather Washer's game, because you can summon Totally Awesome before you start your combo up. So yep, just wanted to point those out to you guys. Ancient Leaf and Furin Kazan are like literally so powerful, but so niche. That's what I meant, but they're perfect for this deck. This is the spice, you guys. Nobody's doing this in Prankids. I have not seen this. Like, please tell me if somebody has, you know, not even like a, oh, like nobody was ever gonna, because obviously I'm willing to share it with you guys. You guys see I'm sharing the spice, but like I found this to be crazy that even I never considered it, which is like really, really strong. But Ancient Leaf had been on my mind for a while. I wanted to order it, but it completely just slipped my conscience. But like these cards, Furin Kazan and Ancient Leaf, are busted in this deck. They're so silly. Like after this profile, I feel like people are gonna start trying Prankids with these cards, because these work. If you resolve your 1-card combo, you have 9,000 life points. You resolve your 1-card combo, you're gonna swarm your opponent's field with either Butler plus Fire, Water, and Earth, or you can hit them with Weather Washer. Then you'll be bringing out Lampseas and Roxy's, and you use Weather to tag in the other attributes you need, which is crazy. Another cool thing is, because your combo, your standard combo already sets up for Battle Butler and Ripper on Rooster, so Raigeki and Heavy Storm, this is why, again, it's normally better to just do the draw 2 or the discard 2 random cards from your opponent's hand, like, which is just extremely, extremely competitive. Like, I like this card, even if I play, like, slower decks, like Burning Abyss, I want to say, like, Geist is kind of slow sometimes, not all the time. Guru, or even any Numeron deck, like, this really works. This is why, again, Pandemonium is really strong, because if your opponent hits you with Zexal, you just set Pandemonium, flip it on their turn, and you can still resolve cards like this, which is crazy. So, now, I'll go to replays. Prankids, going down to P's. It's a lot of Prankid duels. So, Prankids versus... Oh, Adamanticators. Oh, no, not Adamanticators yet. Let's actually go with, Prankids versus Eldritch Invoked. No. Actually, dang, I'm trying to decide which duel do I want to... It's so tough. Oh, Numeron Guru. That went up to all the way game 3. Okay, Numeron Guru. So, my list, I think, certain cards I was not main decking. I think I was side decking. I'm trying to remember. So this list is slightly different, but not really. But as you can see, he opened double. There can only be one. Hidden City, Network, and Wall. So he has, like... He has the 2-card combo that he needs, really. And he has There Can Only Be One, so it kind of doesn't get any better than that. If this was like a hand trap or like a back row, like Strike or something, his hand would be perfect. I opened 2 nibs that are probably going to be dead. My 1-card combo, Instant Fusion, and also Prankid Prank. So my hand against this deck is not that strong. Pause. So he's just going to go into his Zexal combo. Since I've been playing online with this deck, I've been playing Numeron all the time. People love this free win engine. Like, for me, Numeron takes no skill, so I don't really like it that much. But at the same time, I'm not gonna bash it to a point where I say anybody that plays it doesn't have skill, because that's mean and that's not, you know, that's not respectful. All I will say is, like, Numeron doesn't really take skill. Like, it's pretty simple, it's pretty easy. You either summon Zexal, you either summon a Link, or you use the 1, 2, and 3 to try to OTK your opponent in battle phase. It's pretty straightforward. It doesn't really require that much thinking. That's why I think it's very popular, because some people don't like the difficult combo decks. The decks where you have to think very hard to lock your opponent out of the game. But with Numeron Network, you really... The only big brain plays come is like if you're playing Guru and also like Eldritch, because they open outs to counter the card that counters Zexal. So let's say like he has Phoenix now. So let's say I have Imperm or Gamma. Now like he can use Phoenix to negate that, putting me under the Zexal lock. So that's the only like hindsight play you can make. But other than that, this engine is pretty simple. For me, I don't really like it too much. I have not really been playing Numeron at all since it came out. Not saying it's bad, but I'd rather, if I'm locking you out the game, I at least want to have fun in the process. Even though, obviously, nobody being able to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not fun. For me, at least I'm having fun in the process of, like, stopping you from having fun, which sounds sad, but it's true. Press and play, so he Zexal locks me, I pass, because I feel like I can't get OTK'd. He uses Guru to flip his Zexal. I mean, to set it, then he flips Guru, which is actually smart. He searches for Final Battle, and then he posts me for 36. Let's see what I draw into now. I draw into Dropsies. I think here I'm going to actually just pass. And he gets me. I see really no point in even setting a PRANKID because I feel like, dang, you know what? He could just attack over it and like final battle still gets him game. So in this one, I basically threw the game because I really, like, I just saw the writing on the wall. Because also, he has Fiendus. So like with Fiendus, this becomes a problem for me. So I just gave him it because like I really didn't have any outs. The best I could do is set a PRANKID to stall. But you guys see I was going to top deck into Ghost Mourner. So I just felt like, you know what? Let me see if I can draw in a Pandemonium. If not, it's game. So game one was pretty simple. I didn't open any of my outs to the Numeron card, and that's just happened, you know. But it's fine because I still ended up spanking him anyways. Pause. Now I opened 2 outs. Matter of fact, I opened 3. I opened triple Ogre, which is crazy. The game 1, I didn't have the out. Game 2, it was like the PRANKIDs were like, no, daddy, we give you 3 outs. So as you guys see, he did open a network, access to network, but his duality's dead if he wants to try to lock me out. So let's see what he does. Oh yeah, I'm going first. I'm tripping, so I'm the one going first. My bad. So I'm nice. I got the 1-card combo. Fansies. I'm gonna send Plan because I know back row's good with his deck. I summon Dropsies, and here we go. Chainlink 1. See, Chainlink 1 Doodle. Some people will say, oh, no matter what Chainlink this is, it can always get Veilored and Imperm. Yeah, that's true. So no matter what you chain block with it, it will always get Veilored and Imperm. So it doesn't matter what Chainlink it is. What does matter is when you're playing around Ogre, which increases in popularity because people want to play this free win engine right here. So you do want to make this Chainlink 1, because if they are smart, they'll Ogre this, which takes like a lot of resources from you. So you have to waste some of your cards for your standard combo to go into a second Doodle just to get the tribute to add. So because he didn't ash on the effect of the first PRANKID, why would he ash on the second one? Because then he's just going -1. So Chainlink 1 Doodle, Chainlink 2 PRANKID, add Fusion, and then I'm playing around Nibiru, as you guys see, so I activate Doodle early. That some people would just activate Pandemonium right away, but if I do, now I'm basically giving him the chance to Nibiru first before I get to tribute. And even though, like, if you guys count the summons, 1, 2, 3, 4, so basically 1 normal summon, 2 special effect swarm, so basically he can already nib, but he's definitely, because he sees the Pandemonium, he's gonna wait for me to drop the Rocket Ride. Well, a smart player will, because then they take Rocket Ride, they take Doodle, and the extra PRANKID. So now they take your extender away, which is really strong. Because at the opposite chance that you have 2 extra PRANKIDs in hand, when they nib, basically you could Pandemonium after that. So a smart player against PRANKIDs will wait till you resolve Pandemonium, so they can nib after. Because what's the odds of you having a second Pandemonium? So press and play. So I'm playing around Nibiru, then activate Pandemonium. Fuse in the Rocket Ride. Use Rock and Lamp. I banish one of my Ogres, I believe, because I have 3. And then I draw an Instant Fusion, and then I'm swarming. So I'm going to target Rock and also Doodle. And then I'm going to set Plan. And as you guys see, I pass. I don't even go into, what's the daggone card? Bow Wow Bark. So I don't go into Bow Wow Bark. Instead, I keep it like this. Because I'm actually like thinking like, okay, so like if Bow Wow Bark, for example, just gets like called by, because I don't want to use Meow Meow. I don't know if I was thinking that then, but this is what I'll be thinking now. If Bow Wow Bark gets called by, then like I lose 2 PRANKIDs, which means now my plan is basically dead. It's dead because all I can do is just summon another Doodle. But now I play around call by, and I have a way to basically counter his entire deck, because Rip Roaring Rooster is insanely strong against this deck because all of its power mainly comes from his spells and traps. The other thing is if he opens a way to get access to Fiendus, I just use Ogre on his Guru. Now he has the Fiendus or he loses his Guru. And now because he uses the Fiendus, I can just flip Plan on his turn and then in phase Rip Roaring Rooster and wash his board away. So press and play. He activates Wall. He should have done that on in phase. I'm pretty sure that's a quick effect. So he activates Wall. So once he hits the network, I go straight into Rip Roaring Rooster. So I'm going to just do this. Rip Roaring Rooster, destroy it. One thing I will say that I wanted to do, I feel like I was too hasty for this, because if he has a second network, he can just activate it. So I feel like my one thing that I should have done better was just wait till he activates Numeron network and then chain Rip Roaring. He goes duality, so now I know he doesn't have a network. He's gonna open Hidden City, and then he's about to get smacked by this Ogre. And you guys see I use Bow Wow Bark because I know he's going to have to set back rows in the in phase. So then he uses the Hidden City's effect to flip the Guru, and he's going to get smacked by that Ogre. He keeps the Phoenix in hand, which I feel is actually smart because that's his only follow-up now. Because, like, who knows what's going to happen to Guru, honestly. And in phase, I'm going to wash away his back rows. and this is game right here because I already have lethal on board. Like, it's if it's at least 2 prank kids, it's game. If it's 1, you link climb a lot off of 1 meow meow, but you still need like a pandemonium or a follow up to get actual damage. But this is game because I have 3 prank kids on the field, which turns into like so much, you guys. This could turn into totally awesome access code talker, pandemonium, like it's insane. So then game 3. So as you guys see, I opened double ogre and ash, which is really strong. So he opened 3 actually ways to access network, judgment and strike. So if I didn't have ogre, his hand would be pretty nice because he has 2 solemns plus Zexal to stall for the top deck of a crackdown. Okay, so press and play. Well, as you guys see, I have 2 prank kids in hand, which is really good because he has judgment and strike. So I have 2 ways to access my 1-card combo. I'm about to top deck into place, which is nice. This is fire. He goes wall. What the heck? Does he only play 2 network or something? He must play 2 network, but I still feel like that's not correct. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about the play he just made. You should have a 3rd network in your deck. You don't want to give me too much information of your hand. Like, you should just wall for network from deck, so that way I don't know you have another network in hand. And now you don't go neg 2, but he went neg 2 off 1 ogre, which is really sad. He's going to activate network, set both solemns, and pass. So now he has no follow-ups. He's on top deck mode. I'm going to start my combo up with pranks, with place, normal fan, going to meow meow. What I should have done was normal lamp, actually, attack for 15, and then go into meow meow main phase 2. That's what I should have done, because like you know trap decks play solemns most of the time. Going to dropsies, he waited for doodle doodle deuce link summon, smart man. So now, even though I got to resolve like a prank kid effect, it really didn't matter too much. Like, yeah, my engine started to an extent because I had plan engrave, but he did stop the summon of doodle, so which means he ate two of my prank kid links off of 1 strike. So he actually did that smart. So he made up for his network play. So I'm gonna ogre again, which is really like, now he just has no, like, he has no field presence, and I have Ash and Valor. So now I'm gonna do what I wanted to do in the first place. Normal Lampsey, attack for 15. Well, what I should have done. Then main phase 2, go in the meow. So he's gonna do the same exact thing. He's gonna negate the summon of doodle. Judgment, and then I pass. I think he's gonna finally top deck, yep, into Guru, set Guru, pass. But I have Valor and Ash for that. So I'm gonna blind Cyclone immediately on his back row. I'm not even gonna play into it. Set my prank kid, pass. So then I have Valor on Guru, because you know why you want to blind Cyclone? Just in case it's final battle. They're gonna activate it no matter what. But if you set Cyclone and pass, they final battle on end phase, then on their turn they flip final battle again, which is terrible. They get double uses out of final battle even if you do Cyclone. And since final battle is more likely to be seen in this deck, since like you know it's a 3 of, it kind of like you just have to pretend like your opponent has it, you absolutely do Cyclone immediately. So if they have final battle, they chain it and they get the 1 activation and that's it. So press and play. He's gonna use Guru and I'm gonna use Plan to protect my Roxy's, because I need him to stay on field. If I'm gonna have a chance to play, I need to draw another prank kid. He's gonna Guru, but he's under Valor, so that didn't make sense. He says there can only be 1. I draw into Dropsies. Now I'm gonna go meow, Roxy's effect. He's gonna flip there can only be 1. Guess what I draw? I banished drop because I'm like, it's okay now. Because I planned back all my meow meows. I drew in a Cyclone, so it's like, yeah, this is game. This is absolutely game. Cyclone on there can only be 1, or there can be only 1. He surrenders. So yeah, he did wash me in game 1, honestly, with his Zexal lock, but I still got him at the end. This one went to game 3 too, so let's see. Mech invoked. Yep. So pause. So his opening hand, he's playing Mech Knight invoked, so honorable deck. Actually, I like this deck. I think it's pretty fair, but also very strong at the same time. I like the decks that have that balance, but they're still powerful. Like, they're still very powerful. Like, I feel like Eldritch is balanced, but still powerful at times. Adamantipator's is sometimes, it's like, dang, you know, there's sometimes it's just like, you just get so much for free, but decks like these, they're admirable. Like, that's why Sky Strikers at full power were not that bad. I said in the beginning that the background noise is my air conditioner. Like, that's why full power Sky Strikers were not that bad. To me, it was fair. Yeah, I know Engage was a powerful card, but what the deck did, it didn't stop you from playing. It was reactive, it was fair, it let you play. You know, it just had responses sometimes, and that's how control works. That's how, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh should work. I activate something, you respond. Not just, you can't play Yu-Gi-Oh from the beginning of the duel, you know, just I activate something, you respond. I activate something, you respond. That's how strikers work. That's how this deck is. That's how prank kids are. Prank kids don't actually set up negates. So let me go ahead and talk about his hand. He has knowledge. I like that he's playing spellbooks. I recommend spellbooks if you play Mech Knights invoked, because like it also gives you extra spells for columns. It gives you kind of just free resources. If they go, like for example, if I imperm on his Alistair, he pretty much just gets to draw 2 still, which is crazy. And I have 1-card combo access and pranks. I think he's gonna make me go first as he's playing Mech. Yeah. And he's gonna have a gamma. So let me see if he gammas on my 1-card combo. Oh, he doesn't! He doesn't! Alright, so Chain Link 1, see, I'm playing around the gamma and the ogre. That's what I was telling you guys in my profile. Do Chain Link 1 always. Because if it gets Baylor or Imperm, it doesn't matter. Now, if the card getting ashed, to me it doesn't make sense. Why would you wait for me to get into my combo to ash when you can ash the starter? Now you force me to have Pandemonium in my hand or called by. Because like if you ash this now, the problem is I legit still get to add 2 Pranky cards from grave to hand, so you neg 1. And I still get my 1-card combos. So I think he's gonna actually wait on the gamma. So I go into my combo. I'm doing drop now. I mean not drop. I'm doing rocket ride. Rocket ride target. I think he's gonna get. He still doesn't gamma. Okay. So now I'm just doing my center combo. I'm adding Pandemonium and plan. I link in a Bow Wow, trigger Roxy's. I banish one of my extra imperms because this can draw me another hand trap, and I already have variation in my hand. I'm not banishing this. I'm not banishing this. I'm not banishing this. Absolutely not banishing my one-of pranks. I could lose the grind game because of that. And then the imperm got traded off for a rock. Nibiru. That's all I was saying. You see how I resolved Roxy's last, and look what happened. I drew a hand trap. That's the advice I was giving you guys in my profile. So I have 3 hand traps, full combo, and I think I'm gonna draw another hand trap during in phase. So I summon Fan, in phase prank. So I'm gonna set imperm. I target 2 extra deck ones in the 1 rock. I draw into another rock. That's kind of sad. So standby. I go Bow Wow. He's gonna gamma, and then I ash the gamma so that Bow Wow can resolve. I know gamma stays in hand, but Bow Wow resolves. That's what's important. So he goes into meltdown. So because he targets Fansies with mind control, I have to chain because this is my access into Battle Butler. If I don't, because Battle Butler can be destroyed now because Bow Wow Bark resolve. Sometimes I mistake this with like, oh, the monsters that you currently control, but basically think of it like Miscellaneousaurus. That turn, Prankid monsters you control can't be destroyed by your opponent's card effect. I used to think that it was the ones you currently control, but Bow Wow Bark's a lot more powerful than I actually thought it was. So even if he tries to gamma on my Battle Butler, it won't be destroyed by card effects, and his effects not once per turn. So he's just gonna gamma for nothing. So I'm gonna chain Pandemonium to force his mind control to fizzle, and I'm gonna go into Battle Butler. And I'm gonna put him in the extra monster zone. This is one misplay that I do that I shouldn't have. Since he's playing Mech Knight Invoke, he might set back rows. He might just set back rows, which means I might need to summon Ripper and Rooster on his turn. But if I do so, I have to link with Battle Butler now. So I feel like my zone placement was incorrect. But I don't think in my mind I was like, oh, he's gonna be playing back rows. But you might as well just in case, be prepared for the back rows. So I feel like that's not like a major misplay, but it could make a difference. Like one play differently, everything makes a difference. Like if you make one decision differently, it could change the entire duel. So I'm resolving all my effects because you can't evenly me, obviously, you know. And then I summon double drop and rock because this is follow-up dueler, totally awesome, which is insane. He's gonna go activate Alistair, I imperm. He's gonna activate knowledge. I'm gonna chain Weather Watcher, chain Battle Butler to destroy him. So now he has to have a spellbook card in his hand. So knowledge got wasted. He can use Gamma now though. He activates Purple Nightfall, target himself. I chain Butler again. Tribute itself, destroy Nightfall, and then I flip plan on Rez. That's game because I'm about to link summon into a Doodle on his turn. Get more resources. My follow-ups are there. I have game on board, and all he's playing with is Imperm and Gamma. That's not enough, especially for this deck. So I got game 1. Pause. His hand's good again. He has Alistair, Invocation, Meltdown, Imperm, Terra. He has like 3 Alistairs, and he has Invocation. I have Ash and Imperm. So Imperm hits Alistair, Ash hits Meltdown. He still goes into his Invoke engine. So his hand's really strong. I have no Prank Kids right now, but it's actually... The top decking in this deck is crazy. As you guys see, I didn't even set, because I know I'm playing Mech Invoke. I feel like it would have been not that bad to set at least one Call by the Grave, at least one. That's all I feel like should have been done, because it actually was going to make a difference. Look, here's the difference it makes. Oh, whoops, he drew into evenly. I'm so glad I didn't set anything, you guys. I'm really happy. So actually what I did was smart. Even though evenly doesn't kill the call by, it just stays there. It's 1 for 1. He can't evenly me with one card. So the reason why call by would have been nice is because when he links the Alistair into the Almirage, I could call by the Alistair, you know, and get him off the grave. So now he has to have an Alistair in hand. Even though I didn't know he drew Alistair, you know. I feel like you're supposed to activate Meltdown first. Yeah, that's correct. Then normal Alistair, so you don't give off the information that you have a second one. So then if I call by when he links in an Almirage, he still can resolve Invocation, but he's just losing his second copy of Alistair, so now he keeps 1 at all times. And obviously Imperm is good against Mechaba. But I Imperm his Alistair. I didn't know he had a second one in hand. I didn't know he also drew Invocation. His hand was nice. So as you guys see, I didn't Ash the Meltdown, because I'm like, okay, so like, if I Ash the Meltdown and he has Alistair, then I use Imperm on Alistair. I burn both my hand traps on like his Invoked engine, but he still has the Mech Knights. Which is like, I don't think I was thinking that, but now I'm thinking that. So I just Imperm it. I don't Ash on Meltdown, because like when you Ash on Meltdown and your opponent has Alistair in hand, it like really hurts. So you just wait for them to normal Alistair, then you can Ash, or then you can Imperm. You do either or, but I choose Imperm in case of like Knowledge or Desires. I still have Ash in hand. He summons Mechaba, and then he sets Imperm right there, and then he passes. I drew into a PRANKID. Lucky me, so I go into my 1-card combo. I think he's gonna Mechaba. I'm gonna call by on his Alistair. So I feel like that, I think that that's actually correct. Not doing it now, but call by on Alistair is correct, period. But right now, I don't think it was necessary at that moment. Because I don't think, yeah, he doesn't have an Invocation. But at least doing it now is like when he can't normal summon Alistair and get its effect. But I feel like I could have waited a little bit on that. That didn't have to be used right then and there. I Ashed on the Meltdown because, again, I don't know he has like double Alistair. Then he Mechaba attacks over Meow Meow. Pass. I draw a Nib. That's not going to do anything. So, whoa! Living on a prayer. And then, oh yeah, so he's going to go on the Lambda, activate. Yes! So, okay, so like, he's getting his Gamma online, but he took away his Invoked engine. So, no more Alistairs, just Gamma and Imperm with Lambda. So, let's see if I can make my comeback. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, one more Alistair. I'd said that, my bad. I'm supposed to say one more Alistair, one more. Top deck Ghost Bell, I lose. Set Ghost Bell pass. Yep. It's game over for there. So he got game 2. He started in evenlies and didn't get to resolve them. Like, my little strategy for like playing around his columns also played around the evenly, which is cool. Again, he has Alistair and Invocation. That's sick. And he has Lightning Storm and Evenly and a Light attribute already in his hand. So he can play around the call by not linking Alistair into Almirage immediately. So then he doesn't get called by. So he has a way to play around call by. He has Invocation instead in case I have, look, I have Ash Imperm again. I think that's 3 times in a row. So I have triple hand trap, double prank hits. I should have sided out Nibiru, but this deck does start cutting up once the Mech Knights hit the field. They start swarming and they go into their Link 2. They go into Live. They start doing a lot of stuff. So I'm going first. Yeah, I do go into my 1-card combo. So I go Dwapsies into Whamsies. Do. Chinling 1, Chinling 2. He has no way to stop me. So you guys are going to see what I do to play around the evenly. So I go in. This is my standard combo. Actually, this is the standard combo. I feel like everybody playing PRANKIDs does this combo. So this is really self-explanatory, everything I'm doing. I'm going to add Plan and Pandemonium. So now when I flip Plan, I can summon Rooster, because like Mech Knights, they'll set back rows to make their cards match your column so they can summon Mech Knights. So when he sets, like I can just nuke the back row, which is crazy that this simulator says your opponent set a card, activate a card in response. Yes. Bow Wow Butler. I mean, not Bow Wow Butler, but Ripper and Rooster. So I go into Bow Wow Bart, Banish Fan, Summon Fan. I drew into another Pandemonium. I think I keep that in hand. Yeah, and that's correct. Keep it in hand. I have triple hand trap. Basically, triple hand trap, Raigeki, and Heavy Storm Duster. And I mean, not Heavy Storm, but Raigeki and Harpy's Feather Duster, basically, and crazy follow-ups. So, draw phase, I do go Bow Wow. main phase 3 basically. That's my main phase 3. So he's trying to end his main phase. I made the same mistake again. I need to stop doing this, putting him in extra monster zone. So just in case I actually want to use the plan, I don't link off of Butler. But if I tribute him for his effect twice, like do Meow Meow and then him, it's fine. But for me, if I just happen to want to summon Ripper and Rooster, I should be summoning him down here. Because I only get 3 swarms, so it's not like I'm blocking all my zones. So again, I'm like doing that, and I'm not really like, I don't like that I'm doing that. So look at what I did. You guys see how I activated the PRANKIDs? I misclicked on one of my 3 PRANKIDs and accidentally clicked special summon. I was trying to press no on all of them so that when he evenly matches me, I basically just keep Butler and I don't lose any PRANKIDs. That's what I was telling you guys in the profile. Your opponent evenlies you, activate their effects so you can get resources, get your draws, get your burn, get your gain, but don't swarm. But like I said, I misclicked on just one of the 3 PRANKIDs. It was an accident. Like I think I just clicked too fast. Why would I summon one and not the other 2 if I wanted to just swarm? But I wasn't trying to summon any of them, but I accidentally hit a rock, so rock's gonna go bye-bye. He evenlies me for 3. Obviously I keep Butler. Butler can't be destroyed because of Bow Wow Bark, so he nagged on the Lightning Storm. He didn't read he didn't read the Bow Wow Bark. So I'm gonna Ash his Alistair, then he's just gonna go into Amarage, Invocation, summon Makaba, and then before he resolves Invocation's effect to add Alistair, I'm gonna activate Battle Butler. So if he chains Makaba to discard his only monster to negate and banish this, I chain Battle Butler again, tribute himself for cost, and then nuke the field. But since he didn't have another monster, so what I did was really smart. You don't let Invocation resolve and then give them Alistair in hand. Like, even though, yeah, they lose access to Alistair if you force them to discard the Alistair with Makaba, at least killing the Makaba, which is the only threat for you right now, is more important than their follow-up that they can only use on their next turn. If there's not going to be a next turn, it doesn't matter. Which, there isn't going to be a next turn, as he sees. And for me, I kind of feel like he scooped too early. I was only going to top deck in the pranks, which was like just going to give me recursion. But I think it's just like the writing's on the wall. Because like he has Alistair, sure, but like I don't know. I just think he scooped too early. That's just me. Let's see. Okay, versus Adamantimators. Ooh, no. We'll go Burning Abyss real quick. I'm trying to remember which deck it was that I resolved my Furin Kaza, I think it's called. I'm trying to remember which deck I resolved it against. Let me check. I just need to check the dates real quick. I know I resolved it against BA, so I do want to show that duel because I resolved the trap I was talking about, the Spice. Oh, you know what? I think it was against Guru. Yeah. I think it was against Guru. So, opening hand. Yeah, I think this was the duel that I resolved Furin Kazan on him, or whatever it's pronounced. He opens double. There can only be one. There can be only one. Doesn't really work that good against this deck. Like it's okay, but it's not game ending. It doesn't stop me from playing. He has Guru, double Guru access, final battle. I have Ash. Callby is actually really strong against Guru because you hit Fiendus, and that takes their follow-up Fiendus for bringing back Guru, and it stops the negate. So Callby is like really strong against Guru. I have double Ash and Callby, so my one-card combo is going through for sure. Like the only thing that he can do to slow me down is Gamma, but Gamma doesn't stop it. It just slows me down. So I'm doing the same thing. Chainlink 1 Doodle. I search Pandemonium, activate it. Rocket Ride. Then I summon Rock because I'm going to resolve Roxy's last. I have an extra PRANKID in hand, so I'm just going to banish that. And then I add Fusion and Pranks. Effective Roxy's. Oh, I banished one of my extra Ashes. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Set Pandemonium. I think I'm going to set both Callbys. Yeah, in-face Pranks. I'm trying to draw into another hand trap. Oh, and I did. Okay, that's awesome. So now if he has Callby, this is where Ghost Bell is really clutch. That's what I was telling you guys in my profile. If he Callbys on my Bow Wow Bark and draw phase, I just chain Ghost Bell and negate the activation of his Callby, which is insane. He opened Network too, so... Oh, you know what? Why? I'm trying to think. Why didn't he... Maybe he knows this deck? I don't know. I still feel like maybe you do Network first. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about what he did. I don't know what it's, because you can't really like knock somebody for what they do when you don't know what was crossing their mind when they did it. Sometimes it's a misplay, sometimes it's just your opponent has a plan that's contrary to what you normally do, whatever the norm is for when you're playing certain cards. It's like most people think when you have a certain card, you're supposed to do this. And then, so like he tries to end his main phase. Oh, you know what? I think what he did was he played me. I think he tried to end his main phase, which is the only time I Pandemonium, so I go Weather Washer for in-phase tactics. And I think he stays in his main phase and activates, because I think you have to control no, yeah. You have to control no monsters, that's what it is, so never mind, he didn't play me. I feel like if you wanted to bait me, you keep Guru in hand, attempt to end your main phase, make me summon Weather Watcher, then you activate Network, go into Zexal, or anything you really want at that point, then you set Guru. So I go in phase Weather Washer so I can get my follow-up totally awesome. You guys see everything I did. I didn't commentate on it properly. And I use Bow Wow Bark, Meow Meow to keep him, because when this card attacks, my opponent can't activate anything, and he's in Aqua for totally awesome. But he has There Can Be Only Ones, which I didn't actually read into, because I still don't know what deck he's playing. But attacking so he can't activate back rows is insane, because Weather Watcher, people sleep on that effect. Nothing can be activated for one of my Prankid's attacks. So he goes There Can Be Only One. I feel like I was supposed to keep Weather Washer here, but I think I ended up keeping Dropsies, my baby. Flips Guru, affected Guru. I just chain Ogre, get Guru off the field, and then I'm gonna go for game. Yeah, I'm gonna go for game. Pop the Unknown, because I know he has Battle, and then this is gonna be, because I'm playing PRANKID, so this wouldn't be lethal. It's actually 73, but because I resolved Lampsies twice, this is game. So yeah, that's game. So I didn't even pop the known. I just popped the unknown. So like playing under There Can Be Only One, I still got game. That's what I meant by it doesn't really affect PRANKIDs that much, because you have different types, different attributes, all that. So like even if it's like, I don't know, goes in match, because Lampsies and also like Rocket Rider, Pyros, you can still keep certain things. He's a Thunder, Doodle Doodle Doo's a Thunder, so you could just keep them on field. But I recommend if your opponent flips Rivalry and goes in, the attribute and type you want to keep is Aqua, because you can summon Weather Washer, Rip Roaring Rooster, and also Totally Awesome under goes in match and Rivalry, which means you could just nuke their back rows with Rip Roaring Rooster. So that's how I do it. I open standard combo. Look at, I open both my goo. I opened both of them, and I think that I'm actually going second. No, I'm going first. Oh, okay, so he's trying to go second against me. He sided in Pinkertops. So I'm gonna go my one card combo. Lampsies, burn for 5, summon drop. Again, Chainlink 1 Doodle, Chainlink 2 drop. I gain 1,000. Now I have Pot of Greed active. And my Furin Kazan. Let me see if I've been pronouncing this right. Yeah, Furin Kazan, I've been pronouncing it. It's live too. So standard combo, I'm just going ham, you guys. Then I Ancient Leaf, draw 2. I drew into another Ancient Leaf. That's actually going to come up, I think, later on in the duel. Same standard combo, nothing too like extravagant. Hopefully this time when I summon my Butler, I put him down in the main zone. But as you guys see, I have 3, 6, 7 cards in hand, which is crazy. And I'm about to get 2 more, so I'm going like +4 in just card advantage. Press and play. I think I'm gonna. Oh yeah, drop, banish, Ancient Leaf, drew into another Ancient Leaf. I have Plan, Call by Ash, Ogre, Furin Kazan to rip 2 cards out of his hand or nuke his back rows. There's no way I'm losing. Like, and there's no way to really side deck. Like, I would say it's like really hard because your opponent can't even spear mode you. I was gonna say spear mode because like basically they have to activate a card for you to even be able to summon Battle Butler on their turn, since they have priority and you have to use it in main phase. Once you do that, because you have quick effects before you pass priority back to them, before they can spear mode you, you flip Furin. So the way to play around Furin is you have to stop the PRANKID combo from happening, which is really hard, honestly. Like, if like you Nibiru, if I play around Nibiru, I still get the combo anyways. That means just use Doodle Doodle Doo early. I don't want to say it's unstoppable, but I feel like there's like no really realistic way to stop this from being able to resolve. This even being able to resolve is like you have to stop the combo early, because once I gain 1,000, even if I started with drop, like it's over. So set 4 back rows. I have Pandemonium, Furin Kazan, Called By, and also Plan. All of these are really good against this deck. Like Called By for Fiendus, also Furin Kazan for his back rows or his hand. I don't need to draw anymore. I have 2 hand traps and a leaf. Pandemonium and Plan. It's just gonna get ugly. So Oh yeah, this is where this duel is also where I kind of like, again, I was just confusing myself on Bow Wow. I'm trying to think, is he like miscellaneous or is he like for cards that you currently control? But he's like miscellaneous source. So I basically I called by his paint because again this is when I'm still figuring it out and then I learn more and more because like the wording, the way it says it, it's like it's kind of worded like miscellaneous source, but you can't just assume that it is like that. You have to be sure. So the game pretty much confirmed that this is like miscellaneous just for the destruction part where you don't have to control the PRANKIDs when you activate it, which is really strong. So I didn't have to stop Pink, honestly, I really didn't. So press and play. Standby. He's gonna special, so he goes in main. He specials paint. I get a chance to summon Butler. I did it again, you guys. I'm getting so mad at myself. I keep doing this, and this is a learning. This is just a learning process for me, because like I keep doing this, and now I'm knowing now. Just oh yeah. So look, I flip Furin also. So I'm gonna discard 2 cards from his hand because I have water, earth, fire, and wind. People will say, oh, this card never is really gonna be live. Nobody can play it. This is the best deck to play this trap, and that's why I think this is one of the best cards in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Look at all 4 of its effects. I'm just gonna take 2 cards from him. What did I discard? Phoenix in Final Battle. Ooh, that's his part of his Guru engine. He still has Hidden City and Guru and Wall, so I feel like he's okay. And look, he goes Pink to pop this. I don't have to call by because Bow Wow. But again, this is where I was still like, because I think somebody even told me that back when I was playing at regionals, like trying to tell me, I'm not sure, but I think like I was told like, oh, Bow Wow Bark is only for what you currently control, but it's confirmed. It's like miscellaneous source where the turn you activate it, PRANKIDs can't be destroyed by card effects that turn. So I wasted call by on Pink. I ash his Hidden City. He normal summons Guru. I think he's trying to activate his effect to Book of Moon Butler, and I just use Butler to kill it. And he scoops. Like, that's game. So you guys got to see the Spice be used too. The last game will be against, let's say, BA or Dinos. I'd say, I like this duel, because I just had this duel against Burning Abyss. So, pause. I only have 1 hand trap, and I have 4 access to 4 PRANKIDs. The hands with too many PRANKIDs are actually bad, because I don't play poly, so you don't need poly 2 pranks anymore. So like, this is actually a bad hand. You only need max 2 PRANKIDs, so if your 1 card combo gets stopped, your follow-up is the second PRANKID. But he has a really nice hand. He has Scarm, Griefing, double Imperm, and Ash. Like, his hand is sick. Triple hand trap, double follow-up. Like, he's playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Let me see who got to go first. Oh, I got to go first. So I start up with pranks, add lamp, normal lamp, go into Meow Meow. He ashes. That's correct. That is correct, my friend. He did it right. He saved his imperm too. Like he's smart. Well, you can't imperm obviously on the PRANKID effect, but still, like, ashing on the first activation is correct. You stop it. You have to stop it early. Why do you have to stop it early? Because once you get past the early stage, you start chain blocking. So that hand trap you were saving, you can't even use it as impactful now. So he activates Foolish. I never ash Foolish or Terraforming. I wait to see what it searches or what it dumps, so I know what deck I'm playing. I need information. So I let Foolish resolve, then I chain Ash on the graph. At least that's a smart thing to do. Now I know what deck I'm playing. So he sets Scarm and Imperm and Griefing. Keeps an Imperm in hand. That's kind of smart because it looks like it's like another Ash or something. I like what he's doing. I drew into another Whamsies. Whamsies attack. So then I link off in a Doodle. Chainlink 1 Doodle, chainlink 2 Lamp. He Imperms. It doesn't matter. Lamp resolves. Summon Fan. Here's where I was talking about when people Imperm or Failure, it doesn't matter. Whatever Doodle was going to search, I'm going to use Fansies to send it from the deck to the grave and use the second Doodle to add it from grave to hand, which is effectively like adding it from deck to hand, just in a different way. Link into a second Doodle. This is why 2 Doodles correct, at least 2. Fansies, dump Pandemonium, and then Doodle, add Pandemonium, and Fansies. He's going to chain Griefing to get rid of my Fansies. Doodle still resolves because it says target 2 and then add them to your hand. It doesn't say like target 2 PRANKID cards in your graveyard, and if you do, add them to your hand. It's like salvage. Even if you DD Crow 1, you still get the second. Like, you can't like DD Crow and think Doodle doesn't resolve. So the same thing would apply for the fusions, because the fusions just target 2 special them. Like, you don't have to resolve the effect to get both cards don't have to hit the field to resolve the effect, which is actually pretty broken. I think he thought he was going to stop Doodle, but still he dumped Farfa, which was actually pretty nice. And then he's going to try to banish my PRANKID. I chain Pandemonium to that, summon Rocket Ride. I think I should have attacked directly with Rocket, because I don't want to, like... No, I think I went to just, yeah, that's what I did. I didn't even use Rocket. So these two can't attack, so then I go battle phase, attack into a 2k Skarm, in phase pass. I couldn't get back my Pandemonium because I had to use it early to play around the Farfa. So basically, I just have follow up here, follow up there, hand trap, and I think... What else is in my grave? Yeah, I have follow-ups. So I just have follow-ups, and I know BA is like kind of grindy, so even though he can't kill me now and I can't kill him now, I do need to kind of hurry up a little bit, because BA is... Once it gets going, you know, like, I have to basically, I have to grind with him, and I don't want that. So I think what I'm doing here is I'm setting up for Totally Awesome. Yeah, I'm setting up for Toad. Yep. And then I'm gonna go access code. Oh no, he scooped before that. But I think I was gonna go access code off of Double Doodle, access code here, target 43k, I mean 4300, pop, just by banishing Meow Meow Engrave and one of the doodles, and then attack for 43, 22, 25, 1k, that's game. So he scooped. Game 2. Oh, he sided D barrier against me. This is strong. He has Trap Trick. Trap Trick's really good in this deck because Fiend Griefing is like literally a combo. Ash, Call by, and... Ooh, that Call by the Grave though. I'm telling you guys, this is why I play Ghost Bell, even though some people might say, oh, it's not good. And even though I was not sure if I was going first or second, because I know BA plays so many traps, I might not get OTK'd. And Furin actually is really, really good mid to late game against decks that can't OTK fast. Like BA, I think they get a lot off one tour guy, but if he's going first, he's obviously not OTKing me. So press play. Set DBR, Trap Trick, and Call by. Top deck and an Imperm, so now I have triple 1-card combo, Instant Fusion, Imperm, and Furin Kazan. This has to resolve. I have 3 access to my combo, and I have Instant Fusion. So I think what I'm going to do here is normal Lamseys, get some damage in first. Main phase 2, activate instant. He chains D-Bear, Call Fusion. Instant Fusion does not resolve. Then I go into my 1-card combo. He chains Ash. I feel like that was incorrect. I think you're supposed to Call by on this. So in case I activate, like, I don't know, Pot of Desires, any power spell, you can activate Ash on that. But he keeps his Call by, so maybe he's thinking more for himself in case I have Ash for like his Fiend Griefing or something. So maybe that's what he's thinking. So I can't say this incorrect. Maybe he's thinking more to help himself than hurt me. He sets Titan Decider off Trap Trick. I would have hit Fiend Griefing, honestly. Shuffled the Lamp, and then sent Graph, and then used Graph to special Skarm, and then went into Surf Skarm into like Dante or Cherubini. But he goes into Titan Decider, which so never mind. He is more concerned about stopping me than he is about helping himself. And he gets to play Beatdown for a little bit with this, sir. I'm not gonna lie, he does. Because my next 1-card combo is going to get... I top deck into Ghost Mourner. It's going to get stopped by Call by. Fansies. He Call buys my Fansies. Freedom! So I pass again with Furin and Imperm. He has Tour Guide now. Oh my goodness. He has Tour Guide. So I have Pandemonium. I'm just going to pass. I'm like... I have Imperm. If he summons like Access Code, I just flip Imperm. So I feel like I'm not going to get OTK'd. Pass. Top deck in a plan. The plan pass. I still don't feel like I'm going to get OTK'd because I have Ghost Mourner Imperm. He's just playing Beatdown with his Sir. I think he's waiting for me to get rid of it so he can use his Tour Guide. So press and play. Top deck into a PRANKID. I'm playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Now. It's okay to activate this in this column because I don't have any monsters for him to chain Imperm. And I know this is Titan Decider because he did it off Trap Trick. So this column's safe even if I did have a monster. So I go into Rocket Ride. Lamseys, Roxy's, going to drop. Roxy's banished Ghost Mourner, drawing the Lightning Storm. He's going to Titan Decider. That's correct. Then I link him and also the Lamseys into the Doodle. He chains Dinomishus to target this. I chain Imperm to negate the Dinomishus and the Sir. So now Doodle's going to resolve. And so is my PRANKID. I'm going to add Pranks. I'm going to link it to a Bow Wow Bark, trigger my other PRANKID, summon Fansies, Freedom, attack. Main phase 2, I'm going to use Doodle to get my resources back. I'm going to get Pandemonium and Roxy's. Because I'm thinking about using Roxy's to actually banish Lightning Storm because it's kind of dead, to draw into hopefully... Oh, Imperm. Okay, that's nice. And then as you guys see, I already have access to what I need because Lamseys and Dropsies is engraved. I have Pandemonium, and Fansies is already in field, so I can summon Battle Butler already. So I don't need to add any of those. Press and play. So I'm trying to play around call by now. So what I do is I activate Bow Wow Bark, because at least now I get my follow up. So I just use Meow Meow, keep him on field. So now I can flip Pandemonium. Even if he has, for example, call by for my Battle Butler's effect, at least I'm gonna swarm the field to be able to resolve Furin Kazan and also plan on his turn, which is crazy. So I'm gonna win either way. So press and play. I add those two. You see what I recycle? He Trap Tricks into evenly matched. I think I recycled something important. I'm trying to remember, but press and play. Draw phase. I'm gonna use Bow Wow. So I was using in phase pranks, by the way. My bad that I didn't specify. Then I use Bow Wow at the 2 prank kids so I can have access to Butler. And then before he ends his main, he attempts to end main. I activate Pandemonium. I think this time I still don't. Oh wait, this time it's okay because I can summon the Roaring Rooster to Bow Wow Bark's zone. But again, this habit needs to be broken, you guys. It really does. Like, summoning him in the extra monster zone is just not correct when you have plan up. It's just not correct. So I'm gonna swarm in a double rock so I can have follow up Abyss Dweller. I'm gonna use the effect to rip 2 cards out of his hand, so now he has evenly matched. And since it's random, I had a chance to rip his tour guide, but look what I ended up ripping, not his tour guide. So then I chain plan, going to Roaring Rooster again. That's why I need to stop summoning Battle Butler in the extra monster zone. I use Rip to get rid of his evenly so he can't evenly me in his battle phase. He goes for his 1-card combo tour guide in a graph. He goes into Dante, which is correct because Dante gets you more follow-ups. If you go to Cherubini, you don't really have that many follow-ups, but Dante gets like Sir Loop. Dante Sir Loop because he's grinding, he has no cards in hand, so he does it correct. So press and play, he's going to mill 3 for costs. He hits Backjack and Graph. So Graph, summon Skarn. Backjack is going to stack. He attacks my rock. I'm gonna go plan. This is game next turn. I have 2 prank kids in hand. Yeah, and I have place. So this is game. So Meow Meow. He's gonna set Titan Decider. It doesn't work. So like my Furin Kazan didn't get that much out of him, but it did take his Imperm, which is like okay. Imperm probably would have stopped me from multi-K'ing him if he used it correctly. And I'm just going for game right here. Like I was thinking about follow-up Dweller, but now I have game on board, so I'm just gonna use these to actually like build up for game. I'm still link climbing, so what I'm gonna do here, tribute add 2. Okay, I think I'm gonna summon, yeah, there we go. I'm gonna summon Battle Butler and then use his effect, nuke the board, and just attack directly for game because I know Titan Decider can't be activated. I ghost spell his Dante just to flex. So yeah, that's definitely game. Furin Kazan didn't do much that matchup though, but now you guys see the spice, so I'm gonna go back to the deck list. Now you guys see like how powerful Ancient Leaf and Furin Kazan are in Prank Kids and how strong Ghost Spell really is. Don't sleep on it. It's a really good hand trap. Ghost Spell and Ghost Mourner I feel like actually synergize with my deck. And the thing with like Ash is like it stops cards like Gamma. So Ghost Mourner, Ghost Spell, Ghost and Ash Blossom and Call By I feel like are like the strongest staples. Besides like Ancient Leaf, because it's Pot of Greed in this deck, but these are like the strongest staples in my deck because they help me with the entirety of my strategy. They help me to stop my opponent and help myself at the same time, which is really good. That's the profile. I'm gonna say a quick prayer and be out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this prank kid grind. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Jesus, thy kingdom come, and thy will be done on earth just as it is in heaven. Please give us this day our daily bread, Lord, and please forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, Father, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the glory, and the power, forever. In the mighty name of Jesus I pray. Thank you, Father. Amen. Alright, you guys, peace out, yo.